have samurai swords. I also have a bow and arrow.
Imagine they like open your door and they like to your bedroom, and then you like open like your blanket and you have both swords. You're like, I've been waiting for you.
But right before I went on for my last performance, I was so tired, and
Rightfully so.
yeah, and I was like crying. Today it's everyone.
Yeah, Andromeda Paradox.
There's all.
Okay. All right. Questions for Lauren.
Why are you gay?
Oh. Are you gay?
Are you gay? Do you consider being gay?
What is gay?
The question.
Why is gay?
Why is gay?
What is Gamora?
I think that I have always been open to, it's more of, for me, it's like if I have a connection and an attraction, I'm open to it. In my experience, I haven't met anyone who I had that connection to that was a woman or femme presenting, but I'm not open to it, if that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, so it's like, it's just something I don't really think about.
Do you feel being top or bottom as a relationship?
I think I'm a bottom. Yeah.
But a power bottom.
No.
She works too much already.
I love that.
I got you. I understand. I get it.
That's how it works. Yeah. Normally, when what's reflected in like your comfort zone is like the opposite of how you're presenting in the world.
You're right.
I mean, that's how I am. I'm a bottom.
Hey.
Do you like wearing the pants, or would you like to give the pants to someone else?
Damn, Mel.
In what sense?
If you're talking about in a relationship sense, then I like both. I like being able to provide because my mom always told me that the only person that's guaranteed in my life is me.
Period.
So
It's true.
so I'm not gonna like rely on anyone, but I think more so because I'm like, if they're not guaranteed, then what am I left with if we were to have a relationship and it end, and then where am I gonna be? You know?
Have you ever had any conflict because of that? The sort of like you're not necessarily independent. You're more independent than what some people would want to be.
Not that I know of. If there was, then it was not told to me, I guess. Yeah, or like that. Or in my relationships, the guys weren't
Opposed to it?
no, they weren't perceptive of that aspect of themselves and couldn't communicate it.
That's the big one.
Yeah.
That's
a lot of
right.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's like if that were to be brought up, it's more of like I have to have a partner that's self-aware of that aspect of themselves, and I think you're the only person who's honestly very aware of yourself in the world, what you want, and how to communicate.
Yeah.
Next question.
It's too bad that he's gay.
If dance didn't exist, what would you be doing?
Sorry?
If dance did not exist, what would you be doing?
Weightlifting.
You know what? I can see that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, she does that.
I could see
those
doing
arms.
it in CrossFit.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love
CrossFit's kind of wild.
this is so weird. I'm a very active person. I really like to work out. But I think it's also like I like striving towards something that is physically active. Like the influential figures in my childhood were Katana from Mortal Kombat.
Yep.
And all of the kick-ass Asian baddies in different movies. Yeah. Or like Kelly Hu.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. So I'd probably be, if I wasn't doing dance, I might maybe do martial arts.
Would you ever do stunt work?
Yes.
Ooh, that would be fun.
Have you done anything to like possibly enter that field?
No, because my main focus is dance right now.
Right. Makes sense.
Yeah.
That would be sick though.
I feel you. I see you with nunchucks.
Lit.
She has an arsenal at her house.
I
You're like
do.
Widow.
Yeah, I remember when I was helping you move, and I was like, oh, another one. Oh,
Yeah.
wait, another one. So put it over there. Like,
Taking it all from the storage, just like, Lauren, your arsenal's ready.
Yeah. I have like an old rifle.
swords,
Yeah.
rifle, and then the bow and arrow.
Bow and arrow.
And then
Don't
the
forget
spear.
the
Boomerang.
Yeah.
The boomerang.
Boomerang.
I was like, it's never ending. Keep putting it in the pile. Keep going.
This is a weapon. This is a weapon.
I've been reading
When we're
it a lot now,
categorizing
so-
I feel like a robber comes through, they're like, oh, hell no.
But like you're buddy, you're here now.
I chose wrong today. Fuck.
I'm not trapped in here with you. You're trapped in here with me.
They opened
It's either
your.
ninja or weeb. One of those.
It's either way. You
Or
do.
both. Imagine they like open your door and they like to your bedroom and then you like open like your blanket and you have both swords. You're like, I've been waiting for you. I've been waiting for this day.
I like that every night.
While I was out going on dates, I was also studying the blade. Get you a girl that can do both.
That's pretty sick. Have you ever had any female like any females attracted to you because you're such a strong character, very confident character? And usually, I would find females to have more attraction towards you.
If they did, they never told me.
Sorry, asking for personal reasons.
Asking for a friend. Asking for someone that's totally not interested in you.
Is this?
Yeah, if they did, they never told me.
You're very attractive because you're
You're hot.
You're hot.
Why are you red,
Oh my
Mel?
gosh, she's hot.
Why are you
And
red?
she's talented and hot. Sorry. Anyway, that's not a question. You're
Oh my
talented and
god,
hot.
she's a master of the blade.
Go ahead.
Sorry, yeah, if they did, they never told me. Or if we were like clubbing, I don't know if I'm like. I feel like it would have to be in a sit down, and we'd have to be at a cafe, and then I'm someone who you need to talk to me like very clearly. Yeah.
Like it has to be like ski.
Yeah.
Yeah. Confession letter.
With chocolates.
Hi, ski.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would you like to be a mentor?
Would I like to be? I'd be very honored. But again, it's not my I'm willing to answer questions, but it's also not my place to tell people to what to do with their life. Like I can see someone want to, or like see something that I feel that someone could do better, but it means nothing if they
don't want
are not. Yeah, exactly. If they don't want it, and I respect that. Like I respect that wherever you are in life is wherever you are in life, and if you want help, or like if you want to do something, like it's like first figure that out for yourself, because like for me, I'm like I'm not gonna waste my time trying to drag a horse to water. You know? Yeah. But like, am I open to it? Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, I don't think a mentor has to tell someone what to do with their life. I think it's more like they're a resource for that person.
Yeah.
That in their particular field or whatever it is, they can help provide, like they can provide support with wisdom and knowledge.
Yeah.
And also possibly practical support, whether that's networking or resources like, can I borrow your camera this weekend, Emeroy? Say,
No.
I know it's no. Well, like stuff like that. So like,
You still have
like
your
being
camera.
a mentor isn't
Yeah.
necessarily like you're my puppet now, and I'm gonna tell you what to do with your life.
Yeah.
Gang, 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 gang.
One of the
Master
ways that I
Shifu
would,
almost?
I guess, approach that, like if someone were looking for a guide, I ask you, like, okay, like what is like essentially like trying to help you guide yourself. That's also what I think of mentoring. Like I feel like to be in that state of mind where I'm like not trying to like push anything of myself onto that person. I feel like that's a huge part of it. And then also like I personally like getting to know like, you know, like what do you want to do? And then because that also helps you to figure out, okay, like what, like where am I going? What kind of goals do I want to achieve, etc.
You know, there's some like fictional characters that are like put in a position of like mentorship, whether that be Master Shifu, Iroh, or anything of the such. What fictional character would you feel like you would be similar to?
That's a good question.
Now you're on a roll.
You gave me no question. Where the fuck
This is not about you. This is not about you.
You are not hot or talented.
strong and or the hot seat?
Yoruichi from Bleach.
Okay. That's fair.
Luigi. Sorry.
That's a great question.
She's talented and hot.
And she's a master. And
And she's a master. And the hair. And melanin.
You know what? Yo. Yeah.
Yup.
I think.
Yup.
And she's a ninja.
You ever watch Bleach?
Watch Bleach.
Watch Bleach.
Okay.
Up to a certain point.
Yeah.
You'll know when to stop watching.
You'll know when to skip certain parts.
Honestly, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
You'll
there'll
know.
be a lot of parts.
Thank you for that question. Yeah.
Sorry.
What are you sorry? This,
I'm in a relationship with
So? Relationship is work. So?
Asking for a friend.
So?
What about
When did you start dancing? These are stuff that I don't know about you.
When did I start dancing? I started dancing. Sorry, I have to go back and put it back in my head.
Mm-hmm.
I started dancing. What I remember in maybe elementary school. I was in cheer in elementary school.
Cute.
But I was inspired by music videos, and so I would just watch things off of YouTube.
Lit.
Yeah. So I'm in my head, I was like, well, one, I was afraid to ask my parents to for money for class. But I think I was also just afraid to ask my parents things in general. So I learned on YouTube. And so I was like, ooh, I can watch dance videos. If I just slow it down or watch it enough, then I can learn how to do it. Yeah.
I didn't know you could slow down YouTube videos until 2 years ago.
I did. Well, I didn't know that you could do. I didn't know that was a feature. I would literally just replay videos and then
try to get it more time in.
this time, and it was actually super helpful because when the pandemic hit and we had to learn online, I was like, perfect. My entire life has been leading to this exact moment.
Yeah, I'm the opposite of that. So I always look up to people that can learn from videos because I can't.
It's very actually. There was a rehearsal that I was in this past week, and my director, she was like, "Here's the video." We learned the choreo, but I was like, "Oh, I might as well just start learning it right now." And so I was like, and it was very, very helpful. So thanks, 2000 Lauren.
That's just sweet. Yeah, put a picture of you from 2000.
I got that. Just for the easiness.
Yes. Yeah. So I started maybe in the mid, so maybe when I was in elementary school. Yeah. And then I did winter guard and color guard. And that, hit myself in the head a lot. You ever been hit in the face with a rifle?
Actually, I have.
Oh.
In a weird way, yeah, actually. It hurts.
It does. And then throughout high school, I did winter guard. And then my senior year, we got a new director, and then I was like, I'm gonna do something else. So I ran cross country.
Yeah.
Literally because my friends were like, you should run cross country. And I'm like,
Okay.
I was very impressionable. Yeah. And then in 2010, I moved down to Southern California to go to UCI. And zat. And then the first week, everyone has free workshops welcome week, and everyone's performing. So I was like, oh my God, there's so much dance. And I would that's when I started getting immersed in the community. And so I would take workshops. I went to an audition. I went to a Common Ground audition because I just wanted to dip my feet in the water. Yeah. And I was at 2:00 in the morning, I was I had my bio, in the middle of the parking structure, had my book open, falling asleep. And during this audition process, it was wild.
Dude,
What a time!
2 in the morning?
Did you make it that first time?
Nope, I did not. I failed a lot. I auditioned for CG, and then I auditioned for MCIA, and I got to the interview process for MCIA. I felt like I did good. I don't know why I didn't make it, but I think it was just part of the journey. Yeah. But I did make it on this other team called INSA. And so I was with them my first year, and then I just started branching out. I staffed for Boogie Zone, and so I would take classes there. I would take their contemporary classes. So if you staff, back in the day, now it's Epicenter. So
Wait, Boogie Zone Torrance or JV?
At UCI, there was a studio that they would be at.
Focus.
Focus.
That's where.
Focus.
Yeah.
Because I was like, it's the OC one. Right?
Yeah. And it was across the street from UCI. And so that when I lived on campus, I would just walk across the street. Yeah.
Where's UC?
Irvine.
Irvine.
It's far, baby.
Yeah.
All of us, Irvine.
Yeah.
It's going towards Steve.
It's weird because I graduated in 2014, and that's 11 years ago.
Yeah, you did.
And now you're only 23. I just came in here.
He's 23.
Aging.
I just
Wow.
made everyone young.
No, stop. Both of you. Shut up.
This is optional. Those words are optional.
Both of you,
You
shut up.
you can choose not to say those words.
What words?
Yeah.
Well,
How old they were when she graduated.
Not the-
Wow.
Disgusting.
Okay.
8th grade?
Wow.
Wow.
As you can see,
I graduated.
I had a
we
question.
don't age here.
Asian don't
Yeah.
raisin.
That's right.
Yeah.
Also,
I,
just
like,
dance, bro.
I like my senior year, I got on a like collegiate team. And then it's crazy because seeing the journey that I've gone through up until this point, I like where you think is the end is never going to be the end.
Period.
Oh, yeah.
Stanley Parable.
Paradont.
Paradigm.
What's the worst piece of advice you've ever been given? And you actually followed through
That I
with it
actually
too?
followed. The worst
Ooh,
piece of
that's
advice that I've
interesting.
actually
Yeah.
It's like, wait, I said
that
I used
someone has given me. Ooh.
I remember my biggest fear. I'm sorry, she's thinking. She's thinking. Anyway, it's my teeth falling out.
Dead eye.
Dead eye.
The worst piece of advice that someone has given me. Oh, I can't think of it.
There's gotta be something, like even something that's like
Like,
advice
just
that you
didn't go
never,
like,
like, you just didn't
It's
understand,
ADHD.
but you still followed through.
Like you could take this drink and you won't get fucked up.
Oh.
Yeah, even something like that. Yeah.
Like,
Oh.
Doesn't have to be
Like,
life.
oh,
Take this
mixing
drink.
drinks. Mixing drinks won't mess you up.
Yeah.
Was fine.
Or,
You don't have to drink water.
Or do it. What's it called? Or practicing until 4 a.m. Is it bad?
Oh, that is a good. Yeah. Oh.
Fuck those people.
I would say maybe not like advice, but some of the trends that I took part in. And this one wasn't a like someone told me, but this is how people acted. I guess in the community during that time, it was the unspoken word of how good you were doing as a dancer was how many teams you were on.
Yeah,
God.
some of them still do it.
yeah.
Yeah.
that's true.
I
Some still do
hate
that.
that.
Yeah,
I'm
that
already tired thinking about it.
I'm eepy.
and I think
I know one who's
or
in
like how many
18s.
performances you could do in one show.
Oh, I see what you like, especially project teams
How
and
many
stuff.
years, yeah.
So if you
Yeah.
do like an exhibition team and then a competitive team, but then a competitive collegiate team, and then on
Yes.
top of that another project.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate it.
I'm already
Yeah.
tired hearing
Yeah.
about
You
it.
were on the stage the whole time. Oh my god. Like
Yeah, yeah. There was like these unspoken rules of run yourself into the ground with dance to show how successful you are, if that makes sense.
Getting
so being tired is
Yeah.
is
Fusion.
successful.
Let's see. Fusion
'Cause you're so good.
You're so
2015.
tired.
Yeah, Fusion 2015. I had 3 different performances. And like at the time, I was literally running from performance to performance, or like from rehearsal to rehearsal. So I got there in the middle of the day, or not at the beginning of the day, because my call time for one team was at this time. And then after we'd finished rehearsing for the break for that one team, I would run to my other team because we had to rehearse to go into another tech. And then after that, I would be with another team because I hadn't been with them yet. And then I did their tech. And then by the time that I'm done with the third tech, then I have to go to the rehearsal for the other team that's performing first so that we can, get everything together. And I think by the end of the day, like right before I went on for my last performance, I have another story about that too. But right before I went on for my last performance, I was so tired. And
Rightfully so.
yeah, and I was like crying.
That's
I would assist him.
Yeah, but in my head I was like it was
so
like
good.
yeah, wasn't the emotions like performing, but I think I was just like really tired. And I think one thing about it too was that I couldn't really enjoy the after you get off stage, because then I'm like, oh, I have to run to another.
Yeah, you gotta get costume change.
Exactly. Yeah. And for this particular fusion, I was actually a main for one of the performances. Yeah. So it's like doing that. And I think the last
What year was it?
2015.
2015.
Yeah.
I
2015.
remember.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
you
was
just
there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah. Okay. So other story that I'm gonna grab from over here because I'm an external. Ultimate Brawl 2014. I went on with CG, and literally right after was Core, which was when we did our Attack on Titan, our first Attack on Titan performance.
Oh, the iconic
Literally
one.
right before that, I got off stage. They gave me my costume. I put it on, and this is after like one of the competitive pieces, so it's like I'm like nonstop. And then I go like, thankfully Mookie amazing, and he's just like vamping, and so like I'm like, oh, I can breathe.
Shouts out Mookie.
Yeah, I know. Mookie, you're amazing. And then I went on stage, and then finally at the end I was like, okay, I guess I can rest now. But I think it's also like at the end of the day, I'm like, who do I even celebrate with too?
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
You don't know what team to go to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It just.
What did you end up doing though?
I don't remember.
Oh.
She said I was such a blur. I'm
She
tired.
said thanks for
Yeah.
the memories.
I don't think you
Sorry.
cared at that
Yeah.
point.
Yeah. So like, I think maybe if you want to do that, do like 2, 3 is a lot, man. And it's also like a lot of the teams are rehearsing multiple times a week, so like twice a week. So it's like those days, like prioritize your rest. This is one thing I did learn. Like really prioritize your recovery. You recovering is not weak. It's actually very essential to your body. Get your sleep. But yeah, like I think you can. I think you can aspire to do amazing things without killing yourself.
Question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, last one.
What's your favorite disease?
My favorite disease.
Let her
I do have an answer. Yes, I do have
That's
an answer.
crazy.
I don't remember exactly what it's called.
Last one, that was a great. Last time I told someone this question, they said syphilis.
Oh, okay.
I was like, okay.
Mine is.
I got you, homie.
I got you, homie. It's a disease where when you heal your cells turn into bone.
Tree man syndrome? Is it tree man syndrome?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Tree man syndrome. Yeah, tree man syndrome.
I don't know the actual name of it.
Yeah.
It's Tree Man syndrome.
Yeah, it's basically
crazy.
you become
I am
become really
Groot.
deformed,
Yeah.
but it's all bone.
Yeah. So like if you are essentially the reason that I thought of it at the time, I was like watching. I think I was like just trying to study to become a nurse or something. I don't know.
Or you're going through the YouTube rabbit hole.
And then I was studying, and then I was also watching Naruto.
Hell yeah.
And then there's a ninja Kimimaro who his ninjutsu is that he can use his bones and like essentially create like swords out of his bones.
Yeah.
It's tight. It's
It is.
cool. But also in the real life, there is a version of that where it's not cool.
No. Right.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah. It's very
unfortunate,
unfortunate.
yeah.
Yeah. But that's
This is not the same
my favorite
powers.
disease.
Hell yeah.
I was like, I got tree man syndrome. This is not the same.
This is not what anime.
Watches Naruto like
Yeah.
that's not how it works for me.
Yeah.
Like owie.
I should have just stuck with watching Naruto.
I'm sorry
And-
for doing that, actually.
No, yeah, we were.
Yeah, please don't say
No.
It's
Damn.
it got real sad.
And that's the end of Lawrence Hot
Yay!
Cut out the sad part.